So when we came here, they already had two groups. They had the Miracles and the Satin Tones, and then the Contours were the third group that signed with Motown. June of '62, when Do You Love Me was released, it went straight to the top almost immediately. So we got a big break. We went on the road and went down to Atlanta, Georgia, and we sung at a club called the Royal Peacock, and it was about 3 or 4 buildings from Martin Luther King's church on Auburn Avenue. We were so excited to be out there to hit a record and everything. So we got a phone call from Barry that when we left there to go straight to New York to the Apollo Theater, we said, Apollo? Oh man, Apollo Theater? Oh, you know, we were ready. We was ready because we rehearsed every day, 4 and 5 hours a day, every day. So we knew we were ready. So we went to the Apollo. We performed there for a week, and then we got another call, not to come straight home, but to go to do Dick Clark. We said, oh man, Dick Clark show. We know we was big time then. We're going to do Dick Clark show. So we done a Dick Clark show. Then we came home, and they were putting together a tour, and the name of the tour was the Motor City Review. Not Motown Review, it was Motor City Review first. We went on the tour and everything, and we noticed everything was like different. We would went down south, and the first incident we went to a gas station. We parked across the street. It was in Mississippi, and went to the gas station. It was myself, Billy Gordon. It was all the Contours and Bobby Rogers. We had to use the restroom. So we went across to the gas station, and this guy was doing something to a tire. He had his head down. So Bobby Rogers said, can we use the restroom? He said, the restroom? Somebody said, yeah, the bathroom. So he raised up, and he saw us. You know, his eyes got big. He said, who are you? And Bobby Rogers said, I'm Bobby Rogers of the Miracles. And the guy said, I'll show you the miracle. And he ran, this is true, he ran and got a shotgun. And we all took off running down the street. And just so happened the state trooper was coming by. He stopped his car, he got out the car, and he called the guy by his name, Jed or John or whoever he was, and he stopped. He said, what's the problem? He said, these damn freedom riders. They thought we were freedom riders. We weren't freedom riders, we were entertainers. So we got back on the bus, and the state police escorted us out of town. That was the first incident I had. And then we were hungry. We couldn't go to the restaurants then and get anything. So our bus driver will pull in the back of the Greyhound bus station or the bus station where we stopped at and take our orders, and he'd go inside and bring us our food to us. We couldn't eat in the restaurants and stuff, okay? We went further down south. We went to Nashville, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis Presley home. And we sung at their big auditorium down there. You know, said, wow, it's a big auditorium. So the Contours, we opened the show up. So it came out first, but before we went on stage, I forgot who it was. So you guys sing your first song. We did 3 songs. Sing your first song. You get through with the song, turn around and sing the song to the other audience. Say, what audience? Say, you sing the first song to the white audience, then turn around, sing the same song to the black audience, get through that song, turn back around to the white audience, sing the second song, turn around, sing the second song to the black. So that's the first time that I really saw mass discrimination. And then we went further down south. We were in Mobile, Alabama, outside. The guy came and got us and took us down, you know, to do the show. And he said, when you guys go down the, it was outside, go down the aisle, he said, make sure you don't touch any of those white girls' hands. No, don't touch nobody. Keep your hands in front of you, which we kept our hands in front of us. And they were, you know, they were fans. They were trying to touch everything, so we made sure that we didn't touch anybody. All right, we got shot at 3 or 4 times. The bus got shot at, you know, just like they got shot at the second time when they went out as the Motown Review. They got shot at. So everything happened down south. You know, that's the way it was back then. Down south, man, it really wasn't the younger people. It was the older people that instigate that stuff, you know. And the Motown music and the music like that was always a bridge work. A bridge connected both opponents, you know. The Motown sound was everybody's sound. Our music wasn't only for blacks, it was for whites, Latinos, whoever liked the music, they liked the music, and that's the way it was.